And in the short term, I'm going to say that there's a percent potential upside. All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to go through Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. Bitcoin is having a very active morning. A few important things are going on, in my opinion, so I'd like to go through that and share that with you. We cover Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel. If that is content that you are interested in, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you like this video, smash the like button. Before we get into Bitcoin, just a little bit about myself. I have a background in accounting. I was a CPA. And I've been trading retail stocks for the last couple of decades. So my hope is to just share some of my experiences with you, and hopefully we can make some money along the way. There's a link to our free Discord in the pinned comment if you guys would like to join our conversation there. I'm quite active on that, and I enjoy talking to subscribers. Okay, so Bitcoin. A lot is going on. First, I want to show you the big board of Bitcoin miners, and you'll see that it is straight red. Some of these are off of their lows. Most of them are off of their lows. There was a fairly dramatic downturn at the opening, and you'll see on the chart why that happened. Things are recovering a little. However, in my opinion, everything is still very oversold. The board is red straight down the line. So we were having a very stable weekend. I've added two new lines of support and resistance. This blue line here at 40,506 and this blue line here at 43,594. Those represent our recent trading range, basically from Thursday through this morning. Friday morning at 10 o'clock, we tested this line. We then tested it again on Saturday at about 3 in the afternoon. So last night at around midnight, we were actually looking pretty good, somewhere in the $42,000 range. We drifted down a little bit, and then starting at 5 o'clock this morning, we had a massive pullback. These are 1 hour candles. You'll see the 5 o'clock's red, the 6 o'clock's red, the 7 o'clock is a very long red candle, and 8 o'clock is red. And then between 9 and 10 o'clock, you'll see this candle right here, which ended up being green. However, you will see it almost absolutely perfectly touches our line of support, our stronger line of support at 39,652. That line has not been tested yet. That is the first test of that line. We set that line a while ago. We got down to, according to this, we got down to $39,650. Our line's at $39,652. So that's about as close to a perfect test as you can get. The other thing that I wanted to show you, if we look at the volume over the last week, you will see that this candle here at 9 o'clock this morning is far and away the highest volume we've had in 4 or 5 days. So I'm going to switch to the half hour and just show you how this went down. So basically, if we zoom in on the half hour, you can see that from 9 to 9:30, once we broke this line of support, we raced right down, and it just crossed over to maybe 9:35 and hit our next line of support. Then we immediately bounced off this line with a giant 30-minute green candle, getting us all the way back above this line of support. So this was a race down and then a race right back up, 2 half hours in a row. So if I go back to the 1 hour, you'll see we never closed a 1 hour candle below this line of support here. So this was almost one of those perfect scenarios, in my opinion, where we tested this longer line of support on massive volume, but even on the 1 hour candle, we were able to recover and get back above this line of support. I think that's an extremely healthy test of that line. It's a line we were heading towards. We've been right in the middle of our two lines at between 42,400 and 39,652. So the fact that we tested that on some high volume could be good news. And you'll see this next 1 hour candle is now green. Now, it's very early. We could absolutely, anything could happen for the rest of the day today. But in general, as we're trying to trend forward here and see if and when we can get to a bottom, this is a pretty good sign. So we did test this line once. It's not unusual to retest the line of support a few times. So we may have a bumpy ride ahead still, But I believe this massively red board today is an overreaction. We'll see where Bitcoin goes for the rest of the day. Since we found resistance at this blue line at 43,594 right here, we've pretty much been in a downward trend, and we've been in limbo, basically trading sideways. So this morning, this was a pretty violent move in a very short period of time. 2 30-minute candles, 1 hour, massive volume. So this is the first sign of some activity. This green candle continues to rise. However, I will warn that these are 1 hour candles. So this is definitely, absolutely has not set up a trend yet, but it's setting the stage if we can get some momentum to potentially start moving back to the upside. And again, it's not unusual to retest lines of support. So we just tested this on pretty strong volume. It's possible over the next few days we may be bouncing up and down and test that again, but I think this was a very encouraging sign. So I know this red board looks awful. I did use this as a buying opportunity. And I will also tell you, I did something I don't normally do. I bought some pretty short-term options on Bitfarms because I do believe that even if we're stuck in this range, we just hit the bottom, and there's a good chance that sometime in the next couple of weeks, we'll bounce between the bottom and the top of this range. So I don't recommend that. Short-term options are very volatile. I did not spend a lot of money on them. And again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. But that is what I did this morning. And I also increased some of my longer term positions down here when we got towards the bottom. We were there for such a short period of time, it was actually hard to make a lot of trades. But everything is still very red on the day today, so there are still some opportunities. Let's just take a look at a couple of Bitcoin miners in specific that are way oversold. I will be doing a video today on HIVE. They put out their December production numbers, and that's worth going through. They had a very good December, yet here they are at some recent lows. On this channel, we always look at December 29th. That was the end of the September bear run, and that put in an extremely strong line of support for almost all of the Bitcoin miners. So HIVE is down 4.37% on the day today so far, and it's just about an hour and 15 minutes into the trading day on Monday, January 10th. So you can see it gapped down at the open. We're still down 4.37%. The candle is green because it's off of its lows. We have to go all the way back to July 23rd to find HIVE trading at this number. So again, this is a company that I think has strong operations. They are now down at $2.19 as I speak. Again, they were recently at $5.59. So if I was to look at HIVE from where it is right now, if it were just to get back to where it was on December 27th, which is about 2.5 weeks ago. So Bitcoin really hasn't done very much since then. So to me, you can see this massive downward slide in HIVE really seems like just a situation where everything is oversold right now. Bitcoin has not changed very much since December 27th, and HIVE has reported their December operations, which were excellent. So in the combination of those two things, I think we're sitting in a very oversold situation. You got a 44% potential upside. And again, so that to me is a 1 month or less price target if Bitcoin does what I think it's going to do and starts to get at least a little bit healthy. So again, this is not financial advice. You guys have to decide when or if you're going to buy into a stock. But from my risk reward standpoint, we are below this line. We're starting a green candle today. We gapped lower today, but we're starting a green candle. I like the risk reward on this. And in the short term, I'm going to say that there's a 44% potential upside. Okay, the next one I want to look at is CleanSpark. And I look at this one a lot because it's in a very unusual situation. CleanSpark is without a doubt a falling knife right now. So I have cautioned in each one of my videos, please be careful buying in. Having said that, I have been buying all of these dips because CleanSpark's valuation now is mind-boggling to me. So if we look at the chart, this was our September 28th date in this instance that we go back to. This was our strong line of support that held all the way through the flash crash on December 3rd, that held on December 20th, and it broke through that on December 29th. Since that day, it was down 10% that day. Since that day, CleanSpark has been falling ever since. Fundamentally, there is no reason for that at all. Their December operations were excellent. And so in these situations where, you've broken a strong line of support and you just keep going down, you don't know where the bottom is. So my strategy is I have been dollar cost averaging into this because this is so wildly oversold. I'm willing to buy and hold this until it recovers. Even though it's this ridiculously oversold, there could be more downside. This is perfectly technically a falling knife situation, so you don't know where those stop. Okay, so I'm just going to end up on the Bitcoin chart here. We're at 40,834. This next 1 hour candle is still green. We're going to have to take it from here and see how the rest of the day goes. So that is my Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. Best of luck, everybody, and we will see you in the next video.